That's like a pretty good problem. You know, you forget your prop in your coat pocket. I haven't done baptism for a couple of years probably, and so I have to find the pages and think through and all this, and then you get discombobulated. And it takes a while to get your rhythm back, really. They were astonished, it says, at his teaching. He taught them as one who had authority, and not as the scribes. Makes me wonder, how do you sense authority? How do you know when you encounter someone that here is authority? We are told it was his teaching. He taught as one who had authority. So let's look at the teaching. What did he teach that so astonished his hearers? And lo and behold, we aren't told a word in the text. They are so astounded by his teaching, and yet there is not a single word about what he taught. Doesn't that seem odd? I guess we'll never know. We only know that the people were astonished. He taught as one with authority, and not as the scribes. And here again, to me that seems odd. For authority seems to be exactly what the scribes had. They were the learned people. They could read and write. They could read the Hebrew Bible and Old Testament. They could discuss and debate and examine all the great writings of all the great rabbis since time immemorial. Isn't that how you get authority? You get the exposure, and then you gain the knowledge, and then the credentials, and then maybe even the confidence that makes you authoritative. Rabbi Jesus comes with his little parables and teachings, and something about the what he said or the way he said it causes hearers to make this comparison between him and the scribes. And as far as authority goes, he comes out on top. Very interesting. And so I keep listening, hoping that Mark will reveal how they knew he had authority. But instead, we get interrupted. All of a sudden, this madman, right in the middle of the service, this wild voice cries out, disjointed, crazy, interrupts the teaching. If you've ever spoken from a pulpit, you should come up here and stand here and let me sit there and I'll do this to you. See how you like it. This potential scenario is what makes you shake in your boots. That someone will interrupt you. I mean, you could do this right now, any of you. And start to talk back to you. Like if you were in an African American church, maybe. Well, they tend to be on your side. Hallelujah. Say it, brother. But this man, not there. What will I do? Especially when you're just starting out. When you're green as grass, I remember. And let me tell you, Jesus is green. This is day one of his teaching in the synagogue. You got to think on your feet. You got to find a way to manage these predicaments. Where are the ushers? Ethan, get this guy out of here. How did he get in? But he's crying out. What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? What does he mean by us? Does he mean us? Does he have a multiple personality disorder? But he claims some authority too. I know who you are. You are the Holy One of God. The teaching interrupted. Jesus switches direction and confronts the voice. Be silent and come out of him, and an unclean spirit, convulsing, crying out. These are the words that are at the end of the gospel when Jesus dies. When he gives up his spirit. Comes out of this man. And now they are really astonished. Authority. I guess I always hope for a witness more trustworthy than an unclean spirit. But in this gospel, only the demons know who Jesus is. Those who are crazy demoniacs called him over and over again the Holy One of God, and those who are sane put him on a cross. Not till the end of the book does a human being, a Roman centurion who watches him die, finally say what the demons have been saying about his identity all along. Truly, this man was the Son of God. Authority is all bound up in who he is. And in Mark's gospel especially, because Jesus himself is the teaching. Not some particular religious axiom that he uttered, or some new dogmas, but him. He is the message. His identity is the teaching. And it is very often in conflict with the authorities and the traditions of his day. And here is one thing I see that evokes astonishment in me, is that Jesus' authority seems to value persons over rules or traditions. He doesn't do away with the rules, he says that, or the way they've done things, but they take on a different reason. They're for people. In some ways that feels good to me, hopeful. But he seems to always see the person as the most important, as the reason for rules, as the heart of what the tradition had been given them to serve. You see this in his arguments with the religious leaders, like the scribes, over the Sabbath laws. Their religion was tight and absolute, and the authorities carried its power. Even if it choked the Spirit of God right out of people. Jesus seems to work out of a more organic, alive and moving spirit, meant to heal and uplift the spirits and bodies of broken and bound people, like the authority he shows to this demon-possessed man. Even he is more important. Theologian and poet Gerhard Frost, one of my teachers when I was a young man in seminary, opens us up to this different kind of authority in his poem, Loose Leaf. Gerhard Frost, an old guy from South Dakota. He was old. He looks like a cottonwood tree out in the South Dakota prairie. Tall guy. But he had his own poem. When your options are either to revise your beliefs or to reject a person, look again. Any formula for living that is too cramped for the human situation cries for rethinking. Hardcover catechisms are a contradiction to our loose leaf lives. We long for things black and white, and how I love that authority that just gives me the right answer. But today, we don't get the teaching. We get the teacher. And we see him set free, a man possessed. And to the scribes, horror, it is a Sabbath day. He's breaking the law. But this is Jesus, the Holy One of God. He comes to stand with us in our loose leaf lives. And he promises to be with us as we live together with each other, seeking his authority to make sense of our situations and our lives, and to give us faithful answers in this time. And texts like this one maybe prepare us to not be so surprised when in the most unlikely time or place, suddenly we are astounded when his authority breaks through. Like to this demon-possessed man. What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? Destroy us? No. He has come to save us from our bondage and from our sins. In him I put my trust. Amen.